Hello, namaste to everyone. Welcome back to the class. Now I will go for 8th Standard Geography, Chapter 1 Resources and Development. Any object or substance, living or non living, that has utility is known as resources. All resources have some value. Value means the worth. Everyone knows some resources have economic value and some do not. But both are important and satisfy the human needs. Some resources can become economically valuable with time. The mainly time and technology are the important factors, the main factors that change the substances into resources. The factors or applications are very important, our uses also. They are asked directly in the exams. Each discovery or the invention leads to many others. No necessity. Then types of resources. Resources are categorized into natural, human made and human resources. Natural resources are those resources that are drawn from nature and are used without much modification. Air, water, soils, minerals are the natural resources which are available in the nature. Natural resources are classified into different groups depending upon their level of development, use, origin, renewability, and distribution. On the basis of the level of their development, use resources can be classified into actual and potential resources. In the natural resources, actual and potential resources. Potential resources are those resources which entire quantity may not be known and these are not being used at present and could be used in the future. Now you are planning for the sustainable development goals and these are for the future. On the basis of the origin, the natural resources can be the biotic or abiotic resources. Biotic resources all the living things like plants and animals. Abiotic resources are non-living things like soil, rock, minerals. Natural resources on the basis of the renewability. Natural resources can be categorized into the renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable sources are quick can get renewed or replenished quickly, such as solar, wind energy. So, non-renewable resources are conventional sources are those which have the limited stock. Once the stocks have are exhausted, it may take thousands of years to be renewed or replenished, such as coal, soil, sa- petroleum, natural gas. And other types is ubiquitous resources are found everywhere on the earth. Land, water, air are the ubiquitous resources. Localized resources are found only in the certain places like copper, iron, ore. The distribution of the natural resources, physical number of the physical factors affect like terrain, climate, and altitude. The distribution of resources is unequal, not the equal across the earth. This is not so much important, but basic understanding is important. Just read it and understand. Human made resources, the resources which are created from the natural resources by the human beings to produce useful products. This is known as a human made resources like roads, machinery, vehicles, transportation, anything. The resources are created by the human beings by the natural resources. Technology is also human made resources because the people are created. Human resources refers to the number and abilities of the people. People can make the best use of nature to create more resources when they have the knowledge, skill, and the technology. People are the human resources. Human resource development refers to improving the quality of the people's skill and that they are able to create the more resources. To improve the skills that they will create more resources. Conserving resources. Conservation of the resources refers to using the natural resources carefully so that they could be renewed and continue to be used in future. It should be used in the future also. Should be aware of that resources to use. Sustainable use of resources refers to carefully utilizing resources because and balancing the need to use the resources and also conserve them for the future generation. It is our duty to ensure that all the uses of renewable resources are sustainable. The diversity of life on the earth should be conserved. The damage to natural environmental system should be minimized. This is the first unit in the 8th standard geography. Then now I will go for the second unit. Second chapter geography is standard land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Land, soil, water are the resources which belong to abiotic resources and are the most important resources. Whereas the natural vegetation and wildlife resources come under the biotic resources. Land is among the most important natural resource. Land covers about 30% of the total area of the earth's surface. 90% of the world's population occupies only 30% of the land area. The remaining 70% of the land is either sparsely populated or uninhabited. Uninhabited. Land is unevenly inhabited due to the various factors of the land and the climate, water, fertility of the soil, etc. Normally, the sparsely populated or uninhabited areas are because of the rough topography, steep slopes of the mountains, low-lying areas, susceptible to water logging, deserted areas, and thickly forested areas. These are the important reasons. These are important. The densely populated areas of the world have the mainly plains, river valleys, which have the suitable land for the agriculture because the fertile land should be in the plains and river valleys surrounding that. So the people are densely populated the areas. Land use. Land use refers to the use of land used for different purposes such as the agriculture, forestry, mining, building, houses, roads, transportation, setting up of the industries and factors affecting land use are of the two kinds. One is physical factors, then another one is human factors. Physical factors include topography, soil, climate, and availability of the water for building the. Human factors include population and technology is also. On the basis of the ownership, land can be classified as a private and community land. Private land is owned by the individual or family members and is used for the personal purposes like house is a private land. Community land is owned by the community for the common uses and can be used for the anyone in the society like the collection of fodder, fruits, nuts or medicinal herbs. These community lands are also called the common property resources. The demand for land, this is now the availability of the is limited. The vast changes in the land use pattern shows the cultural changes in our society. Land degradation, landslides, soil erosion, desertification are the major threats to the environment because of the expansion of the agriculture and construction activities. The main reason is increasing the population mainly it affects or impacts the expansion of the agriculture. That's a natural, no? These are the main threats on the environment. Conservation of the land resources. Growing the population and their ever growing the demand has led to the large scale destruction of the forest cover. The people are going for the shifting cultivation like slash and burn, cover an arable land and has created a fear of losing these natural resources. The present rate of the degradation of the land must be checked. The common methods used to conserve land resources are afforestation, land reclamation, regulated use of the chemical pesticides and fertilizers and checks on the overgrazing and used for the zero budget natural farming. Soil is a thin layer of the grainy substance covering the surface of the earth. Soil is made up of organic matter, minerals and weathered rock found on the earth. Mainly the four layers of the soil profile. The first is topsoil, is very good for the cultivation. This is the highly fertile with humus and high humus and vegetation. Second layer is subsoil with sand, silt and clay. Not that much important for the cultivation, just okay for that. Then third layer is weathered rock material. This is a breaking of the rock material. And fourth layer is parent rock. That's not used for the cultivation at any cost. So factors of the soil formation. What are the major factors of the soil formation? Are the nature of the parent rock and climate factors. The other factors of the soil formation are topography, role of organic material and time taken for composition of the soil formation. Parent rock determines the color, texture, chemical properties, minerals content and permeability of the soil. Relief determines the altitude and slope and accumulation of the soil. Flora, fauna and microorganisms affect the rate of humus formation in the soil. Climate is also determines temperature and rainfall. The time is also determines the thickness of the soil profile. Degradation of the soil and conservation measures. And what are the measures should be taken? Major threats is degradation of the soil erosion and depletion. Human beings and natural factors are responsible for degradation of the soils, deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of the chemical fertilizers or pesticide, rainwater, landslides, floods are the factors which leads to the soil degradation. This is important. How the soil degradation should be occurred, mainly due to the deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of the chemical fertilizers or pesticides, rainwater, landslides and floods. Soil conservation refers to the protection, efficient use of the soil and preservation of the soil resources. And mulching is the method in which the bare ground between the plants is covered with a layer of the organic matters like the straw. It helps to retain the soil moisture. In intercrop, the terrace forming, broad flat steps or terraces are made on the steep slopes so that flat surfaces are available to grow the crops. It reduces the surface runoff and soil erosion. In the mountain areas, normally used for the terrace farming. And intercropping. Difficult crops are grown in the alternate rows and are shown at different times to protect the soil from the rain wash. Contour flowing is the process of the flowing parallel to the contours of the hill slope to form a natural barrier to stop water from flowing down the slope. Shelter belts are rows of the trees planted to check the wind movements to protect the soil cover. Mainly build the shelter belts in the desert to protect the sand. So build the shelter belts, or otherwise the sand should be transported by the winds through the fertile land on the Gangetic plains. Water is a vital renewable natural resources. Three-fourths of the earth's surface is covered with water, therefore it is called the water planet. Ocean water is saline and not fit for the human consumption, whereas fresh water accounts only for the 2.7% of the total water available, but only 1% of this fresh water is available and fit for the human use and is found in the groundwater, rivers, lakes, etc. The major causes of the water shortages are increasing the population, mainly this is the mainly dominant reason, and rising the demands for food and cash crops, increasing the urbanization and rising standard of living. Problem of water availability. There is a water shortage in many regions of the world. It may be the consequence of the variation of the seasonal and annual precipitation, or the scarcity is caused by the over exploitation and contamination of the water resources, and also deficit precipitation. Countries located in climatic zones are most susceptible to droughts and face the great problems of the Water scarcity. Conservation of the water resources. The major problem of today's world is shortage of the clean and adequate water resources. This is the main thing. For example, in railways, in anywhere, there's very shortage of the clean and adequate water resources. Steps should be taken to conserve the water. Water is a renewable resource. Sewage and agricultural chemicals and industrial waste pollute the water with the nitrates, metals, and pesticides. Contaminated is more nowadays. Forests and other vegetation cover show the surface runoff and replenish the underground water. Water harvesting method can also be used to save surface runoff. Canals used for the irrigation should be properly checked for water losses and through seepage and evaporation. Rainwater harvesting is the process of collecting the rainwater from rooftops and directing it to an appropriate location where it is stored for the future use. In mainly rain shadow areas, this method should be used. Rainwater harvesting. It's where natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation and wildlife exists only in the biosphere. Is only in the biosphere, not in the any other than this sphere. Narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere is called the biosphere. In the biosphere, living beings are interdependent, interrelated on each other for survival. This life supporting system is known as a ecosystem. Normally, plants provide as they are the interdependent or interrelated. No, in biosphere, plants provide us with the timber, shelter to animals, produce oxygen, and protect soil for the growing crops. Acts as the shelter beds, give us fruits and vegetables, help in shortage of the underground water, etc. Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects, aquatic life forms. They provide milk, meat, hides, and wool, help in the pollination of the flowers, acts as decomposers in the ecosystem, etc. The distribution of the natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends on temperature and moisture, not the demoisture, moisture only. Forest, grassland, scrubs, tundra are the major types of the vegetation of the world. Forests are associated with areas having the abundant water supply. These areas have heavy rainfall and huge trees. Mainly distribution of the natural vegetation. This is just read it. Nothing is important here. Forests, grasslands, and thorny shrubs and tundra vegetation, evergreen and deciduous are types of the forests, and evergreen forests do not shed their leaves simultaneously in any season of the year. Deciduous forests shed their leaves in the particular season to conserve loss of the moisture through the transpiration, because we have discussed already in the previous classes. So now I will skip this one. So conservation of the natural vegetation and wildlife. Forests are our wealth. We should protect the forest. That's a mandatory. Everyone should follow them and conserve the forest. Plants give the shelter to the animals and together they maintain the ecosystem. And poaching is one of the major concerns which results in the sharp decline in the number of particular species. The animals are poached for the collection and illegal trade of the hide, skins, nails, teeth, arms, and feathers. Due to the indiscriminate killing, several birds animals have either become extinct or on a verge of the extinction. That's not present in the earth. That's near future in also. That's not present in the near future. Awareness programs are necessary to provide the conservation of the wild forests. Awareness should be the very important. Government should take care of this. Awareness programs like social forestry and One Mahotsava should be encouraged at the regional and community level by the schools itself also. It is the ethical duty of the every citizen to conserve plants and animals. So that's all. Thanks for listening my class. Then let's see in the next